had the tracks done already, so I was like, whoa, it fucking makes no sense to just have a bunch of music laying around in my laptop just because you backed out, you know. So I was like, whatever, and I bought the beats off of them and I put it out. And yeah, it might not be the best EP, but I like what I did as far as trying to do something different. And basically, Special Forces was like, I was trying to speak on the military in Mexico and like corruption and just bring that side of it. I'm probably going to make like a Special Forces like remix or something, like a re-rock or something with another producer, because that was the whole thing. Is like, I had everything was in my head. Like, everything was already planned. Like, me and the Jamma were going to be known as Special Forces self-titled album, but he backed out. So, like,
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of getting the fucking mic stand to work over here, because I thought it was a great idea to fucking handle pre-production while we're trying to get this thing crack-a-lacking. We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Cerbavelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81, hot signals galore. We're going to have to tone it down a little bit, just like that. Yep. So, numero, this should be 107. I don't know how you say 107 in Spanish, but, you know, we all know about my Spanish. It fucking was never there. It was just always the slang. We have a few things to go over for the weekend, so basically this is just a hookup right here. Let me just do this thing right here. What is it? There were no shows this weekend, thank God. I could just take a break, and I was putting together my Venice Boulevard set for Art Bar, and I have it, and I'm gonna be rehearsing it all Friday. I gotta get the laptop. I got to get the battery replaced on the laptop, because I've had my laptop for 7 years. When the dude told me, you've had your laptop for 7 years, I said, damn, bro, like, stating the obvious kind of, but it really puts it in perspective, you know. Is wild. 7 years with this laptop, and I love my laptop. There's no reason to get a new one. I was looking for new ones and shit, but if I went 7 years with this laptop, there's no reason to buy another one. I could just save up my money for a new one, like on the back market or something. Actually, no, I could just save up a new one for when, like, the new one comes out, you know, because I don't like buying new shit at all. I don't really care for the new hottest thing, like the iPhone 15. Everyone's already in line for it as we speak. I don't really care for it. I'm more into deals. Like, if it's not expensive and it's like up to date, then I'm gonna get it. Whether that be a car, a laptop, a TV. Like I don't need a 4K TV. I got a 1080p HD, and that's cool. You know, I might not be able to watch it in 4K, but that's fine. I don't really need all of that shabazz or that pizzazz or whatever they say. I don't need a crazy. And I think that's just a lesson out there. You know, you don't need the newest the newest that. You don't need to over excessively buy bullshit like designer clothes or just anything that makes you have to compete in this stupid warped perception of society. Like, society says if you don't got the new car, got the new clothes, got the new Jordans or whatever, like, you're just a lame, you're just a sucker, you know what I mean? And that's kind of lame, you know? And even me, I kind of fall victim to that, like this illusion new era White Sox hat that is fire. And this is probably the only fire illusion new era hat that they came out with. Do a little thumbnail in front of it for the what is it for the video one time. That was a horrible smile. I don't know. I don't like smiling. I don't like butterflies or cupcakes. I'm just a ruthless, rugged individual that doesn't like doing feminine-esque things. And somebody texted me on my phone. No, nobody texted me on my phone. As a matter of fact, this is my phone telling me that Pokemon Go was waking up frequently and using too much battery. Thank you for that, phone. And usually I ignore things like that, but just bringing it up in the podcast is kind of like when it tells you need to fix the thing, you probably should fix the application because it's really not good for the battery. Once it's draining the battery and it's yeah, I got this phone refurbished and this phone is 3 years old. I mean, yeah, fucking it's gonna have some problems, but it's better to take care of it. It's just better to not ignore it and to fix whatever was going on, whether that be a car or whatever. My Prius, shout out to all the Toyota owners out there, but I've been Toyota loyal since day one, bro. Like Camry got fucking in a wicked ass accident that wasn't my fault. I got rear-ended, totaled my shit. So I think I've told that story of me totaling my first Camry. That was when I got totaled, and then I was bumping loud music, and the sheriff and the tow truck driver just looking at me. And then I got another Camry that was like the same year, but it was blue. And what happened was there was a oil leak in the engine, and what happened was I don't think I checked it to look at the oil. I don't think there was oil, and it blew a hole through the engine while I was going downhill. So I ran a red light because there's nothing I could do. What are you gonna do? Like the car completely was immobile. So I literally parked. I had just got a sandwich from Lascari's. Shout out Lascari's. What are they? Just like a regular submarine sandwich. I'm going uphill, and I just hear the car go, and then, boom. Like I just heard like boom, and all this white smoke starts coming out of the hood. I said, that is not good, not at all. And I couldn't move the steering wheel. I couldn't brake. I couldn't accelerate. I couldn't do nothing. I was literally in a fucking death box, a death trap on wheels going downhill. And I was already probably going like 60 as I was peaking on the hill. So going down, I probably was going like 70, 75. And thank God there was nobody in the way. Nobody, I put the hazards on, obviously, so people knew, like, oh, and there was smoke coming out, so people were probably like, this fool's fucked, you know what I mean? Pause. But I ended up on the side of the street, parked in front of McDonald's, called my pop. I said, yo, the engine's blown. He called a tow truck driver for me. I waited there. I ate my Lascari sandwich in front of McDonald's, like if I was like just shitting on everybody, because I'm eating high class quality Italiano sandwiches and cuisines and things of that nature, pasta salad. And I was just waiting there at the bench. It was probably like 12 p.m. And the tow truck driver came and he towed my car and he gave me a ride from Whittier to Ontario, which is, with all that traffic right there, it was easily like a 45-minute drive. And I had one of the copies of Voodoo Love on me. Or actually, I think it was in my car. So I gave it to him and I said, yo, like, I don't have any money. I don't have shit on me, but just take my album. Because I was selling them for $33. I still got some if anyone wants any copies of Voodoo Love, by the way. There were only $33. I mean, 36 copies made, $33 a piece. So I still have some if anyone is interested. So I gave it him and I said, yo, check your boy out. And he fucked with it. I was playing him some of my music and stuff, and he really fucked with it. And this was already like, When did that happen, boy? Like probably 2021? I think so. Something like that. 2021. Yeah, which is crazy because that's when I stopped. Like, you got to look at, like, the universe sends you signs, right? So 2021 was when I got sober. I got a new car. I started the podcast. Like, things line up. Like, God don't make mistakes. Shout out to Conway. And you got to realize your blessings, because a lot of people out there, they don't see these signs. Like, a lot of things, a lot of vibes are out there and people don't listen to them, and they get into like jams that they could have just gotten out of had they just listened to the universe or their gut feelings or whatever it is. Like, you've been out before, or I don't know, but I've been out before, and I'm like, nah, like, it's just not a good. I've had those vibes where I'm like, it's just not on and popping tonight. Like, tonight's not a go out and chill night with the homies or whatever. And sure enough, there was a fucking shooting, or someone got robbed or stabbed, or God forbid any of these things happen while you're out there. And I'm like, wow, you see, like, you really notice, like, nah, I shouldn't have been out there. I shouldn't have been fucking just out there. But this is just deviating from there. I got me this new hat. I know I already spoken on that. And I think the brim on this one. The brim on this one is pretty smooth, but I forgot what brim I got, but it was all like chacuada. It was the Seattle Mariners Cinco de Mayo one. I don't know why I'm talking about the fucking hat. I think it's because I'm hot and I want to wear it. But yeah, just like, people, I feel like people are like not, like, especially the non-empathic people out there, they don't really know how to listen to or be in tune with the universe, and that's fine. I feel like God has already seen everything, so I feel like how I'm looking at it is I just thank God that my voice cracked right there. I thank God that I'm conscious of the fact that I can maneuver through the world in just a way that I'm always safe, and I'm really thankful that there's a lot of things that could have happened to me that didn't, catching a case, catching tickets, catching fines, could have been hurt at wrong place, wrong time. A lot of things, bro, that I can't believe I'm right here just even talking about it, because I would have probably either been, like, it's so corny when people say I would have been dead or in jail. Like, that's so fucking corny to me when people say that, but it's the truth. And at least in my scenario, it was like I was doing a lot of bonehead shit that people get, it's like the first time they get into some shit is like when they get caught and like do serious time or whatever, or have serious consequences. Whereas me, I feel like, the cat with the 9 lives, I feel like I still got like 6 of them. I feel like I lost 3 down the road, but you know what I mean? I just felt like I dodged many, many, many bullets and bazookas and grenades and fucking ARs or whatever, just maneuvering through life. And I couldn't be any more thankful. You really got to be on your toes now, because people don't care anymore. There's gonna, like, I know I always talking about going back to the letra, but it's true. Instant gratification is a bitch these days. And today I was gonna go get my laptop repaired, but I didn't have the money for it. My pops shot me the money like a few hours later. Shout out to Pops. But I wasn't about to stay there and wait hours for, to get the laptop done or whatever. But the upside of that is I gotta be around Apple anyway. I gotta be tomorrow. I gotta go there, so it kind of worked out. Like, I gotta go to the DMV by the Apple store, so I'll probably hit the DMV first, go to the Apple store, and then I'll get my laptop repaired and I'll get my ID all in one day. And there's just the real small things that you got to be thankful for. You're like, yeah, maybe it didn't work out today, but tomorrow it'll work out. And just, you got to be grateful for that, because not everybody is going to see tomorrow like that. Maybe something happens to you, God forbid, something bad, and you don't know. And maybe if you just chilled out, or you were just like, fuck it, you do what I did. You just go home, make some guacamole, some chicken tacos, watch an episode of Power, which was fire. Power season 6 got 15 episodes. I can't wait. It's pretty much 2 seasons, like The Sopranos. Sopranos was like that. It was like 7 episodes of season 6A, and then 6 or 7 episodes of season 6B. So I think it's it just really depends. I know, what's that thing? Attack on Titan is like the last season, like 4 seasons in one. That's kind of wild, but I could see if it's a really good show, it'd be like long seasons, or it's broken up in some sort of way. But just going back to being grateful, I thank God every day for the things that I have, and I'm glad I'm not materialistic. Like, I'm materialistic, but not in the sense that on Instagram I'm posting the video with the car, and I'm going super fast and the lights are flashing. I'm not one of these people that posts, wherever I'm at, like put the pin on the location of, I'm here, I'm at Fogo de Chao or whatever it is. I could really care less. What I like doing is posting after the fact, especially like my location or anything like that. Anything that I know could put my life in jeopardy, I really put it like discreetly or low key about it, because that's just the kind of person I am. I've never been flashy. I kind of do have like an extroverted, almost, I've heard this, women have told me that like they think I'm obnoxious or like arrogant or something like that. But I feel like that's just because you see like a certain side of me, or maybe one day I'm feeling good and I pop my shit, but that's not how I really am. How I really am is like super to myself, low key. Like, I almost brag about that I don't have friends, because people brag about how they have a lot of friends, and that's just because you go to the same bar and play darts or whatever. Like, that's not a friend. You got to know what a friend is nowadays. It's just something you learn. It's not like we played spin the bottle at somebody's house and we met one day and we're friends. Like, that's not a friend of me. You got to understand, a friend of me is somebody that checks up on you, that hits you up, that's going back to John Wick. Friendship, what is it? Friendship means little when it's convenient. So really, that just says it all right there. Anyone can be a friend when you have money. Anyone can be a friend when you're up and you're having not having a good time, because that's like subjective, but like anyone could be a friend when you can offer them something, or when they can get something in return from you, whether that be some weed or some drink or something like that. Who's there for you when you're down and you don't have no money and you're on a couch and maybe you got kicked out? Or who's there for you when you get accused of some shit? Like, where are those people at? Where are those friends at? When that happened to me, I didn't have no friends, for sure, for a fact. I didn't really have any family. So I know what it's like. I really know what it's like to lose people in life. God has a real good way of just being like, hey, these are the friends you think you have? How many friends do you have now? And the answer for me at that time was zip, nix, nada, nit. You know what I mean? Whatever rhymes with any of that. And I'm not over here saying like, oh, I don't have friends, I'm this machismo fool. Like, no, it's just, I'm proud of the fact that I don't look at people that we've played cards in junior high or something like that. I don't call those friends. I call those people I saw in passing or something like that. And I remember being at like a kickback, some homies, and nobody said shit when I was like, well, you know what? It's family over everything. Like, I don't care how long we've known each other. Like, as friends, it's gonna be family over everything, for sure. every time. Now, if I known you 20 years, you know my mom, you've hung around, like if like that at that point, you're a friend of the family, which is you're basically family, like Nono or my tia Cristina. Like my tío Nono, he's not even my tío. My tia Cristina, she's not even my tia, but I address them as such because they've been around the family 20 plus years or whatever like that. Like they've known my parents since they were teenagers. You know what I mean? Like it's deeper than, oh, who's hosting the fight tonight, or what are we gonna do Saturday? Like those aren't friends. Those are just people that are with you at this part of your life, and you gotta realize that whether you know. And if you're one of those people that is just like everything is a party, and you're here today, gone tomorrow, and you keep it pushing like that, that's more respect. But I'm just saying, what does that mean? You know, or do you even know that? Because being around the world, just going and navigating through life, is just, you really got to pay attention because it's real out here. And climbing the ladder in my career and in music and all that, it's just really shown me like who your friends really are, who's really out to be there for you, like when it really counts. Are you there when it really counts? Or are you really there when it's just kind of, it suits you? Like I don't want to be around you if it's not 50, at least 50-50, you know what I mean? At the least. Like if it's 60-40, 70-30, and I've had people like that where, you know, I've invited them over, they get free meals, they get free this, free that, and they don't have to do shit, and I don't ask for nothing in return. And they're not here now. I don't know where they are. I don't know. They could be fucking doing whatever. They could be doing better, they could be doing worse. I don't know. But when it was cool for them to be around me, it was cool. But now it's like, that's not the situation, you know? So just a couple of things that people need to be aware of out here. You know, I could come up here and talk some shit about whatever, man, what's going on about yada, 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 XYZ, just name it. But I feel like I have to use my platform to really be a voice because there's people that are really struggling out there. And I get it. It's just like music, you know, are you going to use your voice to say something, or are you going to be the like background music where you just turn up and all that? And those podcasts are, they just talk about, you know, chismoso ass whatever topics, and that's fine, that's y'all. But the God's Hour, I feel like it started off as like a hip hop show, and now I feel like I need to be more responsible with the platform. And I've been talking this shit about having the message of the day and all that, but I just feel like a lot of people aren't enlightened to some of these things. And when I say enlightened, I don't mean about the third eye or the chakra or anything like that. I just mean being self-aware, self-conscious, having knowledge of self. Shout out to all is it the 5%ers out there? Shout out to the nations and the gods and earth, man. I never really got too deep into it, but ever since I read the Wu-Tang Manual by RZA, which is a phenomenal read. Like if you're a big Wu-Tang fan like me and you love the 36 Chambers album, that literally breaks everything down, from like the lyrics, why they like kung fu movies, chess, the logo, the slang. Like it breaks everything down. Shout out to RZA, yo. Like RZA's a super big inspiration for me. He brought knowledge of self to me. I started liking and being more open to other knowledgeable topics and artists like Lord Jamar, Brand Nubian, Sadat X, and it all goes from there. And RZA, I feel like is doesn't really get the credit he deserves as far as like his place in hip hop. I know a lot of people talk all kinds of smack about RZA because he either did or didn't do anything for certain Wu-Tang Clan members, and I get that, you know, I understand, but you know, you just because like you made some poor choices in life doesn't make you a poor individual. As far as I'm concerned, everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect. You know, if I'm doing the best I can for like the family and I end up, you know, breaking a few eggs to make the omelet, like, is that so bad if I had to feed everybody? You know, that's just my perspective on it. It's like no one life ain't gonna be perfect, And life ain't even trying to be perfect, so you might as well just go with the flow. There was an Ontario Mills false shooting report. I guess somebody I knew was on Twitter tweeting like, yo, they just shot this shit up or something like that. People are hiding. And it was a false report. And I was just thinking, and this is fucked up too. I was like, thank God I wasn't there, because I actually go to the mills frequently. I think the average person goes to the mall probably like once a year, or the average American goes to the mall, I don't know how many times a year, but I definitely go, maybe not once a month, but like maybe once every other month. I would definitely say I go more than the average individual, but I can only imagine being around, like I was at Lids or something like that, getting a hat, and the fucking fire alarm went off, and nobody was freaking out. And I'm just looking around like, is anybody like really gonna like take this seriously? Like, it's just like, is this just some like no one cares type shit? And then I heard that people were literally like stampeding out of the mall when there was a false report. And I just blew up the mall that I go to every day. So fuck everybody that tries to go to the mills and think you're going to see me. You're not going to see me, because I come at the wee hours at night, like 3 in the morning when no one's there, when stores ain't even open. I'm like a ninja, just going in there, take a hat, lick off a few 20s, and I'm gone, because I just took what I got, but I ain't a thief. If I steal, I leave something that equates to the value. You know what I mean? That's not a thief. That's an exchange. That's a barter. That's a deal. You feel me? But yeah, you know, I could never imagine being at the fucking mall and just like hear, like if I heard actual gunshots, I don't know what I would do. If I was close by it, maybe in my head, I think I would do something. Like if I seen homie like popping off and I got the drop on him, maybe, you know, it's clobbering time, like the thing. Or does Hulk say that? No, Hulk says, what is it? Does Hulk say it's clobbering time? Who cares? But I could never imagine that. I could never imagine like that video, the dude, he's videotaping himself and he's shooting the AR in the mall. I said, yo, wow, like these fools like have no mercy. Like these fools out here are just mad. Like in the, like, well, where in your mind do you go to just say, I'm gonna load a chopper and just shoot this bitch up and fuck who's ever here? That's weird, bro. That's like maniac thinking, you know, and we should get these fools some help. Like, you know, I used to think like, fuck them, shoot them in the head, or like let the police just smoke these fools. But really, it's like, what does that teach people? Either A, we drop these fools, or B, we get them some rehabilitation. And I'm siding with rehabilitation, you know what I'm saying? Get these fools some help, because there's like a school shooting like every day, and I used to hate covering topics like this, but now it's kind of like, if we're gonna talk about it, let's build some knowledge. Let's get some grains of salts of thoughts up in this piece, because I just think it's wild. Like, why are you shooting shit up? Like, I have straps. I don't have any serious thoughts. Like, you know, you have those playful thoughts like, oh, I'm gonna fucking shoot, like bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? Like, be a cowboy, like, you know, and you're just fucking, you know, you have stupid little thoughts like that, but they're not serious. Like, I'll have those thoughts, but I'm not seriously thinking like I'm gonna shoot anybody. Like, it'll be funny. I'll play it out in my head. Like, oh, like what if I just shot this fool in the fucking, in his knee bone or something, his shin, or something like that. Like, what if I just cap this fool right here? And I'm thinking, okay, well, the police will come, your life is over, you're gonna do 20 years, and boom, I'm like, okay, well, get that thought the fuck out of here, because that's not happening. I ain't going to the slammer. I ain't gonna be doing 10 cents a day folding clothes or whatever it is they do in the pinta. Just like, I just think it's wild. Like, we really got to get people some help, instead of being like, oh, well, that's someone else's problem, or that ain't my issue. It's just like, why can't we just get together and collectively be like, yo, something's wrong with society and we got to help each other? No one is like that. Everyone is selfish. People are cutting each other off on the freeways. People are not nice to each other, and we got to change that. I really do. Pitchfork has this AI generated review thing, which I think is pretty wild. I did a review. I generated a review for Special Forces with the JAMA, New Capital with NC, and La Merca Superior. The album I released, or the EP I released in 2018. they all suck. They all gave me like 2, 1.5 was like the average, and it was really interesting though because they got special forces. I feel like a lot of what they said about special forces was really true versus everything else was like bullshit. Like it was just made up. Like, oh, Serbs and NC are rappers that are doing it. It's like, first of all, NC is not even a rapper, so I don't know where these AI generated things, like how they conjure up these kind of reviews, but they were just totally not on point. Versus with the one with the JAMA, it kind of really surprised me because basically what they said what I think about the EP. It felt like it didn't really have that much. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but basically what they said was like it was like too experimental. The ideas weren't really fleshed out. Like I was trying too hard to be out the box, but like I fell in this like rapper cliche niche, which isn't a complete lie, but the way I feel about special forces for real, and shout out to Jamma, like this is no shots or anything to like him or whatever, but what happened was in the process of making that, I wanted to make a full album, 9 tracks. The reason why it's only 4 tracks is because I had planned on making a whole album and scrapping some songs. Like 2 or 3 of those songs were gonna get scrapped, like either Special Forces or Draco Carbon Fire. But in the middle of the process, the Jamma backed out and he said, well, if you want to use my beats, you got to pay for them. And I had the tracks done already. So I was like, whoa, it fucking makes no sense to just have a bunch of music laying around in my laptop just because you backed out, so I was like, whatever. And I bought the beats off of them and I put it out. And yeah, it might not be the best EP, but I like what I did as far as trying to do something different. And basically Special Forces was like, I was trying to speak on the military in Mexico and like corruption and just bring that side of it. I'm probably going to make like a Special Forces like remix or something, like a re-rock or something with another producer, because that was the whole thing. Is like I had everything was in my head, like everything was already planned. Like me and the Jamma were gonna be known as Special Forces self-titled album, but he backed out. So like I'll plan ahead, but if something like that happens, there's always like I always got a backup plan for the backup plan type shit. Like Batman, like I've always got things like in the tuck. So if things don't get set in motion or unforeseen events are set in motion, then I could just kind of adjust to it and we could keep it going from there. I kind of left the whole Special Forces idea alone for now. I'm obviously working on A Painter's Paradise with the Jamma. We're off that. JBO and the Historian. Me and NC got to work on the new album. I got Greenlight 3 I'm working on, which I already have I think I have 12 tracks for it done already. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. I have 12 tracks done for it. And I have maybe 1 or 2 instrumentals I could work on. But I'm only going to keep 9 because some of them I really don't like. Or not that I really don't like, but I wouldn't like for the album. It's a whole vibe. And some of them just don't fit the vibe. I can already see maybe 2 off the top right here. Maybe 3 already. That I could cut now, and I'll just have 9 for now, and we'll see. We'll keep it going. But yeah, I'm just busy right now. But as far as the AI reviews, I think it's really interesting. I'm not one of these people, oh my god, AI is gonna take over the world. No, it's people said that about the internet. People said that about Napster. People said that about so many things, and it's they're obviously gonna regulate it. Now is the perfect time to capitalize on anything AI before they regulate it. You get hit with these firewalls or whatever it is. Because it's going to happen. They're going to regulate it, and AI isn't going to be this thing that everyone is thinking of. It's going to be something else. It's going to be I don't know. It's not going to be formless like how it is now. I was watching Ice-T on one of these podcasts. I think it's called Holding Court or something like that. And he had his AR, and it was souped up. It looked like a crazy... Is it an M14 or an or M4. I think it's an M4 that I'm thinking of. The one from Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, not these remakes. The original Modern Warfare, I think, came out in 07, 08, somewhere around there, something like that. That was one of the best games of all time. Even the graphics hold up to this day. Really dope game. But Ice-T was talking about how he has like a P90, a FN, I think a 57 he said, and he has like something that looks like an M4. I think he said it was just like an AR or something, but I'm like, wow, like I didn't know Ice-T was in a straps, but it makes sense because this fool served. He was he first infantry? It was something like that. Presley, you good? Boy, you alright? You was going in a REM sleep on me. You alright? He freaks me out when he does that. I'll never forget the first time I seen him go in a REM sleep. His eyes are all like fucking going back and he's all twitching and shit. I really don't like that. I always wake my dog up. I don't know if that's bad for the dogs and shit. I don't want to see it personally. But going back to Ice-T and his AR, I want to own an AR. I think he was in Arizona is what he said. You definitely can't have no straps like that in Cali. You can never own a P90, the AR with the crazy scope and the pistol grip and all that. Nope. Super illegal. I feel like California has like the worst gun laws in the world. Like why even, like if you're a gun owner, like if you're a real like gun advocate, you definitely don't want to be coming to California. Definitely Texas, the South, like Tennessee, Baton Rouge, where you could basically get a bazooka and a bottle of whiskey in the same store. Something like that. Definitely don't want to go to Cali because of the gun laws. I don't know one person who would ever come out here to get some straps. Definitely it's the other way. Like people are leaving Cali to buy ammo from wherever it is. Don't want to blow the spots up. And they're coming back with illegal things. And I'm not with that. I could definitely get like either a ghost gun my homie offered me or a 30-shot clip and all that. Not interested. Don't care. Don't care for it. Don't want to break the law. I think I've already broke the law enough in my life to know that it's not a good idea to be fucking breaking the law. Like, who just wakes up and is like, you know what? I'm gonna have a switch today. I'm gonna have a Glock 18 switch and just have a 50 clip out of that shit. Like, especially when I see these rappers' music videos, I'm like, yo, you did time, bro. Like, why you got these straps on you? Like, why even take that chance? Who is your manager that we could speak to so to let you know that these decisions you're making is not the best decisions, bro? Like, especially when you're a registered gun owner and you really do carry and all that, you know for a fact that at any moment's notice, the government could just take your shit and it's adios for you, bruh, and your straps. And unfortunately, that's the way it is now. I know a lot of people don't like it. I don't like some of the gun laws. But hey, that's just, if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out of here. And that's just the reality of it. You got to adhere to the law. You know, the law is stupid, but you know, whatever. I sound like one of these Republicans or some stupid shit like that, but I love my guns and, you know, who cares? Like, so what? I can't get a freaking bazooka or AK-47 or whatever. As long as I got the guns I like, that's cool. That's enough for me. I'm not one of these people that's over here just like, well, with the signs and just picketing and signing petitions for the NRA or whatever it is. Like, I support all gun owners and lawful law-abiding citizens that want to practice self-defense or hunting or just to practice recreational activities of the sport of shooting. That's cool. I think it's even better if you know, take it into your own hands and you don't go out there and shoot people or use guns to rob people. You know, it's just like with anything. It's all up to you. If you want to drink and have a good time with your friends, that's cool. But if you want to drink, get fucked up, and then drive somewhere and then get in a car accident or some stupid shit like that, that's on you, bro. And that's not cool at all. You know, you could get a gun and shoot somebody, or you could get a gun and save somebody's life. It's the same. It's the same. Like, power, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Ben Parker. You know, what are you going to do in your life to make sure that you're good? You know, are you going to just be stupid and ignorant out here? Or are you really going to do something that'll might, I don't know, save your life or benefit others. That's what I'm really about. I'm really about, if I can't just benefit me, like who am I benefiting? Like I always like looking out for maybe not everybody, but just like, being a little selfless at times. Like, who cares? Open the door for people, tell, girls that they're pretty, or I'll be like, I'll look at somebody if they got some fly shoes. Like somebody I seen, like they had the Yeezys on, like the stupid Yeezys with the holes in them. I always thought they were stupid, but with the way he was rocking them, I said, yo, are them Yeezys right there? He was like, yeah, bro. I'm like, those are pretty fly. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Until, they're like white and you have black socks on, then they look stupid. But, I'm not over here endorsing Kanye. I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, just be a good Samaritan out there, or be a kind neighbor, or whatever it is, because there's so much bullshit going on in life. And I feel like the message of the day is people are fucking dicks now. So what are you going to contribute in life that is going to change the world? Are you going to be selfish? Are you going to just live life like as this person who doesn't care? And that's fine, but let's think of the bigger picture. Who are you taking care of? What are you doing in this life that's benefiting? And it's not about even benefiting the world. It's just like, what are you doing to actually improve or actually build upon? Because it's easy to destroy. It's very easy to just say fuck you to somebody and you're a bitch and, just be an asshole. But it takes a real person, a real genuine soul to have integrity and morals and just say, I'm not going to be like that. This is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. He wed Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.